Hello, welcome to your Diamond Mentor moment, soon to be your Pearls of Wisdom, because we are switching out, moving to lyrics and leadership, wisdom of pearls, diamonds and pearls, and doing all of that great stuff. This is Janine, your keynote speaker on intercultural creativity, neurosomatic creativity, prismatic leadership, and of course, lyrics and leadership. Honored to be with you today and honored to just share with you some new research, new findings. My family just came back from Dallas, Texas, from visiting to the Center for Brain Health. And if you follow me on any of my socials, you'll be seeing many videos and highlights and recaps on what we were able to do, what I was able to learn, but what Sean, my son, was able to do as well. Let me just go through the week with you. I first went to my meetings. I was invited by Dr. Andrew, who was working on the brainomics build out over there, looking how brain health actually affects the economic journey of people and organizations and communities. And so I got to sit in on the Women's Health Day, empowering women through brain health. And this is really important because it's March, it's Women History Month, it's International Day of the Girl. And I just wanted to share with you some really alarming stats about our women and our brain health and why this is so important. And please just ask questions and send your comments while I'm talking. But they had a whole lineup of, we were talking about big thinking, women and our ability to think big and having intentions for the day. Dr. Jennifer Zients launched us off with that, and Dr. Lori Cook about what's the big idea and how women are here with our beautiful brains to lead and to love and to learn. And then we went to the resilient brain and we looked at the Alzheimer's stats and the dementia stats that women are dealing with. We are, I believe the number is 66 times just the percentage of the cases are with us. We're 2 out of 3 times likely to get a dementia. And so we're wondering, why is that? I just looked at some other research of an article saying that women's brains could be more susceptible to tangles, the tau tangles and things like that. So really getting this information as soon as possible, getting it to the girls so they can start building strong brains and brains that have cognitive reserve, brains that are creative, but brains that are healthy in order to combat some of these numbers dealing with dementia and cognitive decline. So Dr. Sandy Chapman, who was there, she did a great job just with her team, just setting up so many things for us to learn. She says that brain health is the continual optimization of performance. Brain health is a continual optimization of performance. And so we're just now getting into what does it look like to optimize our brain. We also talked about the nourished brain. My son and I will be doing videos about the 7 pillars of brain capital. And one of them is brain food. What are the best foods for us to take in? Dr. Annie Fenn talked about that. She was virtual and she talked about flavonoids, things that make foods colorful. She talked about olive oil and, of course, leafy greens. She talked about the mind diet, which my son and I will be going deeper in when we do our videos, and just what's the best diet for our brain, right? And then we had a wonderful aspect that I did really think about, the maternal brain. And then Dr. Judith Joseph talked about the mentally fit brain as well, being joyful, being happy, being resilient. And Dr. Jessica Shepard talked about the perimenopausal brain. And so at my age now, I haven't gone through menopause, but something that's on my mind. And how does that affect the brain? How did the hormones affect the brain? Your brain is hormonal. And being aware of that. So that was really, really exciting to learn about the woman's brain, how our brains are different than men and go through some different changes. And then lastly, Dr. Matthew Walker spoke twice, and he spoke about sleep. the rested brain. And I probably think that that's part of the reason why we have higher numbers in dementia, just because it's harder for us to get sleep with the, if you have babies coming through and just all the extra things, all the extra hats women have to wear. But sleep is very important. Don't think that when you're asleep, your brain kind of shuts down and goes to sleep as well. It is working. It is bringing out the cleaning crew. It's untangling those tangles. It's logging in your memories and all of these good stuff. So they talked about the importance of sleep, how everything sits on sleep, right? If you're not sleeping well, it's hard to be creative. It's hard to control your emotions. It's hard for your immune system to do what it needs to do. It's hard to focus. And so everything that we do sits on sleep. You can go several days, even weeks without food, but you can only go a few days without sleep until everything starts shutting down. So keep that in mind. Sleep is important, and they'll be showing those videos as well. And another wonderful recap, my son had the opportunity of, let me see here. My son had the opportunity to interview Dr. Sandy Chapman, and that is here, if you can see that here. And they just sat for, I was just hoping for 20 minutes, but they sat for almost an hour and just talking about things. Dr. Sandy shared how she keeps her brain fit and strong, and they share different toys that they use. Sean brought one of his brain workout toys, like a Rubik's cube, but it wasn't a 3x3. It's like a 1x3, and just shared different aspects of the brain. She shared all of her wisdom. She was the founder of the Center for Brain Health almost 25 years ago. They just had their 25th anniversary last year, and she trademarked the term brain health. So she has been a thought leader in this field for several years, to over 2 decades. And so for my son, who's starting on his brain health journey now, to meet with her, who's been solidifying the field for a couple decades, that was an honor. And she was amazing and very kind. I can tell she has a background working with kids, because she did an amazing job. And so that happened. And then we also had a wonderful presentation on innovation and the brain, and people came to show what apps and gadgets and AI, what everyone was doing with that, as far as moving the future forward. So what does it look like to optimize brain health with apps, with AI, with technology? And that was great. And then on Saturday, the main reason why Sean was there was that he got to read his book called My Brain, My Beautiful Brain. If you can see there, we are sitting there in front of almost 100 people reading our book. Sean's talking about what he knows about the brain, and the kids are there. And we also got to, I don't know, I don't have it here, but we got to vote for the name of the brain plushie that we have, and we give out when we go to schools, and when I go to my keynotes at different teacher events, we talk about the brain with the brain plushie, but we've never named it. So they had an opportunity to name the brain. We did an online naming as well, but we're just going to stick with the name that the Center for Brain Health Families gave us, which is Sparky. Right. So Sparky the brain got to travel with us. We left one version of Sparky at the center. So Sean did a wonderful job doing his reading. You'll see clips of that event as we continue to share. Follow Sean on his own page as he shares about creative thinking, being curious, and of course, the brain. And so that was wonderful. And I just wanted to end this time just to really give you a recap on the new current research on brain health and brain capital, which we know is brain skills and brain health together. We will be doing some events around this. The first event I wanted to talk to you about before we leave is I'll be doing an online webinar with the virtual Brain Health Center. Wonderfully led by a great team. This is Wednesday on March 12th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And so I'll be talking about neurosomatic creativity. How does the arts help us better strengthen our mind, brain, body connection in order for us to be more creative in non-arts areas, right? How can you be a better accountant if you take a dance class? How can you be a better leader if you take an improvisational class and things like that? So, what are the connections there? And then my other announcement I want to make is we're having our first in-person event for Lyrics and Leadership. And that will be in Phoenix, my hometown. And we are calling it the Diamonds and Pearls of Purpose, a women's leadership event because it is women's time for March, even though this is the beginning of April. And it is called the Women's Leadership Experience, inspired by the music of Prince. So Prince is our chosen iconic artist for this year, looking at his songs, his lyrics, his wisdom in certain areas. Of course, we know he was not a perfect person. He made mistakes. And he, like the rest of us, went through journeys, ups and downs and all arounds. But we get to take those ups and downs and all arounds and really glean the wisdom from this man. I have to speak to a few people who knew him personally, especially during the last 10 years of his life, and really to see what it was like for him to create at that level, but also to bring out the creative gifts in other people as well. So we'll be doing this. This is our Lyrics and Leadership Institute, our institute that we're starting that teaches leadership skills and brain health skills. And we'll be looking at Diamonds and Pearls. The song will be at the Avondale Civic Center in April. And then there's a Prince tribute band coming to the Gila River Resorts. And we are looking to learn about leadership through the lyrics and then go sing and dance, which is also very important for brain health. And I'll be talking about that's the NeuroSomatic connection, singing and dancing and moving in time and neural synchronization and getting both hemispheres activated, all that good stuff to the music of Prince. And so, yes, we're just excited to be doing that. So stay connected. We will be talking about so many things that is applicable to you that you can implement right away. I'm doing courses. The Institute launches next month. The free courses coming out of the Super Bowl. And we're just looking to do wonderful things with brain health. This is the activity my son did at the Center for Brain Health in Dallas. They did a great job setting up their family fair day. One of the best events I've seen for families ever. I was highly impressed with the way they put that together. So don't forget to take care of your brain, stay connected for the most current research coming out of the neuroscience labs and the psychology labs and the business world. I just mesh them all together and present them to you. That's my job. And know that your brain is beautiful. As the book my son read, your brain is so beautiful. So take care. Brain Health Week is next week, so get ready for that, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.